Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to the Great War Western Front, our Central Power Let's Play series. This is episode number 28, 29, I've lost track. But we're about to fight a battle attacking Calais. We have isolated Calais from multiple directions, and so now the objective here is to take this port city, which is very important to the British war effort. It is where all the British and Canadian, Indian, Commonwealth forces arrive on the map. And so I'm assuming by taking this, they will not be able to bring in any further reinforcements. I don't know how many are left in the game for them to bring in. Historically, obviously, many of the troops of the British and the British Empire were already deployed by this point, certainly in the game. I don't know if the game gives them any 1918 bonuses because there were quite a few troops that were brought over during the German Spring Offensive, so perhaps there are reinforcements that haven't come across yet. But I guess we'll see. In any event, it's a strategic position. It's the channel ports that are key to all the British war effort, and so we're trying to target that, and we're trying to take that, and this is our first real effort since we went for Dunkirk anyway. With taking Calais. So this is from our Let's Play series from our Twitch channel, or from my Twitch channel. And without further ado and hemming and hawing, let's just jump into this thing. We should win this one. We should have a considerable advantage. Granted, we are attacking in a blizzard, which will influence our line of sight, which might make it hard to... So the advantage we had in the last battle is our balloon let us see where all the enemy posts were and pick them apart. We won't be able to do that probably because of the blizzard. That is true. Lie. Snipers do not fire when suppressed. Also, I believe they only exist in elite units now. So this is our first time fighting on this map. So there's some deployment trenches here, but not much else. It's a very frozen landscape. Of course, the enemy has like no trenches either. Holy Toledo, nothing. All right. What does the balloon... This is also not a good map for balloons because everything's flat. It's a straight across line. There's no outposts. So like you can see from our extreme left, we would possibly get line of sight over B, maybe, but you wouldn't be able to get line of sight. I guess we could push the balloon way forward and try and see B and the command post. But that probably is just going to invite an enemy attack. I'm kind of tempted to do it, though. Can we do 2 balloons? We could. Should we? Probably not. Tanks might struggle with the river. I assume they'd use the bridge right here, but they might be sitting ducks across that. I've never done two balloons before. That may be a little dicey. Also, putting our artillery this far forward is perhaps not the safest move. We're going to go with 4 artillery batteries there of the light calibers. And then 2 heavy. Okay. Let's add some trenches. Just in the event the enemy tries to attack our artillery, I want to have better trenches. All right. Breaking the trenches up, in my opinion, is a very important strategy in this game. We are going to do, we've got 10 stormtroopers, so we've got maybe one battalion worth, but. All right, so where do we want to attack first, I guess? I mean, the enemy doesn't have any defensive terrain, defenses as far as I can tell. They'll build them. We will buy all 6 of them now because they are considerably cheaper pre-battle. We're gonna buy 3 flamethrower troops. A few less grenadier troops now, I guess. And then the rest of these guys are gonna be elite. I don't have troops left to defend my other positions. No! Crap. Get rid of that grenadier. And maybe this grenadier. God damn it. We'll use MGs to help on that flank. Consumes a lot of supplies though, so that's not great. But it will attract enemy attention at least from a... Those guns are wide open if the enemy wants to attack that way. All right. Well, maybe if we just go on the offensive, they'll get distracted here. I don't want to spend too much supply. We do have 2 balloons. So I guess we just go. I didn't do any pre-battle bombardment, but there's not much in the way of trenches there, and I don't have a lot of supply to spend, so we'll save up and see what the enemy deploys here. I'm very happy they don't have 25 cores, because this initial deployment was not cheap. Right, so they built their trenches. They built a bunker over here. Those command trenches are, but not like a ton of trenches here, so this does feel manageable. Let's raise our balloons and see what we can see. The blizzard does reduce the radius that your balloons can see. Is it really reduced that much? The pre-battle imagery made it look like we would see better than this. Did I waste 240 supply on this shit imagery? Oh god. Okay. Hell yeah, bros. Let's go in blind. Let's see what we can see. At least, I guess the good news is the enemy shouldn't, anyway, know that this whole trench line is empty over there. They shouldn't. Because if we can't see that far, even if, I mean, maybe they've got slightly better balloon tech, but I don't even think they have any balloons. They didn't invest any in balloons. Okay.
Für Feuerwalze laden. Seid bereit, Jungs. Befehl für Feuerwalze geht. Wir haben unsere Ziele. Achtung!
Oh god. Oh god, look at all that artillery they've got.
In Stellung gehen. Bereit für Feuerwalze befohlen. Feuer!
Let's try and get these guys into this trench. Let's see what they've got. There's an MG. Okay. Enemy spotted, at least. Trying to cross barbed wire, lowers their morale. I think I'm actually suppressing that MG. There's another one back here somewhere. Get in the trench. All right, well, they're gonna die, but at least I can use my light arty now to wipe. Come on, to wipe out that enemy MG nest. My heavy arty cannot reach from over here. Okay. Man, I'm really annoyed that I wasted 240 supply on this balloons, these worthless balloons. So they died. It's okay, boys. There's more of you. The enemy does have considerable artillery, though. We saw that. They just hit us with 3 barrages the second we got in sight, which makes me a little nervous for my tanks.
Bereit machen. Setzt sie unter Dampf. Befehle gehen ein. Vorwärts.
The river's frozen over too, which I guess is a good thing. Oh shit. They're moving forward now, huh?
Bereit für Befehle. Wählt eure Ziele.
Well, in that case, you guys stay in your trenches.
Bereit. Rückt zu dieser Position vor.
Ladet sie bereit für Feuerwalze. Alle Waffen abfeuern.
All right.
Warte auf Befehle. Feuer.
Got one of them. Boom.
Wir brechen auf.
Your tank, your actual gun is so worthless for your tank, but your machine gun, that's tops. You got like 3 Maxims in that thing, all firing. The broadside of the tank is devastating. All right, so that was successful. They tried to do what we did to them in terms of I guess a reconnaissance in force. Note to self: do not put the flamethrowers in the trenches. You want them next to the trenches. Achtung! I think we destroyed their machine gun nest, but let's just make sure. I didn't see another one. I think there might have been another one back there, but I didn't see it.
Bereit machen. Setzt sie unter Dampf.
Tank, go forwards.
Vorwärts.
Waiting for the enemy to trigger their artillery. Man, the icons being messed up is really messing with me.
Rückt zu dieser Position vor.
Halt.
Warten auf Befehle. Wir halten hier. Bereit machen. Wir halten hier die Stellung.
Okay, it looks like they may have put their barrage in a little bit prematurely.
Achtung, diese Stellung gehört uns.
Bereit für Befehle.
That tank just ran over that. Oh, the trench is unoccupied. Okay, well, get in there then, I guess.
Bereit machen.
Mannschaften bereit. Seid bereit, Jungs. Sperrfeuerwalze befohlen. Bereit für Feuer.
Well, this is driving me crazy that so much of my artillery is not in range.
Setzt sie unter Dampf. Achtung.
All right, we do have more enemy MG nests. I'm gonna go ahead and suppress them. I think there's a mortar out here and then a MG nest here.
Mannschaften bereit.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen. Bereit machen. Vorwärts. Wir haben
Like, what are these guys doing back here? I don't even know.
Befehle gehen ein.
Pull back here.
Position vor.
What? I don't know what these icons are doing.
An der Linie.
Did I not move that other tank?
Bereit für Befehle.
Get up there. Support the attack, you jerks.
Bereit. Unser Ziel steht fest. Bereit machen. An die Linie.
Seid bereit, Granaten für leichte Sperrfeuer, für Feuerbefehle. Wir haben unsere Ziele.
Achtung! Feuerstellung einnehmen! Die Arme hoch, Jungs! Wir haben neue Feuerstufe bereit machen!
Get in the trench with the grenadiers. There you go. And they ran through flames. They literally ran through fire. Running through fire. It's okay, boys. It's cold. The enemy flamethrowers just make us you know, they something about king and country keeping me warm.
Linie bemannen. Ladet sie nach. Koordinaten für Feuerwalze eingestellt. Positionen für Feuerwalze. Mannschaften bereit. Bereichsfeuerwalze laden. Feuer!
Flamethrowers feel amazing, man.
Bereit machen. Wir müssen los.
All right, they're gonna die in that melee. So
Wir ergeben uns!
why are they in there? They shouldn't be. Flamethrower.
Hoch, Jungs.
Oh, the flamethrowers died that fast.
Neue Befehle gehen ein.
That was weird.
Positionen einnehmen.
Warten auf Befehle! In Stellung gehen!
Achtung! Grabt euch ein, Jungs!
Okay. I wonder if the flamethrowers can hit this trench from inside the current trench that we're in. Oh shit. They're attacking. Fortunately, they're attacking where we have troops. They're going for this balloon. I don't even think I want to waste any supply on this attack. They'll just die, right? Oh, they're tossing grenades. No. All right. We got him. Oh, the enemy's hitting my tank with arty.
Bereit machen!
Guys over here.
Bereit für Befehle. Legt den Graben ein.
All right, so they're trying to shoot at my... Can these guys... I want to know, can you flamethrower from here?
Bereit für Befehle!
Warten auf Befehle.
Don't go in the trench. Just flame... No, they're jumping in the trench. I literally didn't want them to do that. I just told them to attack the unit, not to actually physically get in the trench. Done. All right. Well, that's not working out.
Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle!
This tank is not doing so hot.
Feuer frei! Bereit machen! Feuer aus allen Rohren!
Bereit machen. Volle Deckung.
No, I don't want you to do that. I just want you to go here. And then don't die. That's my request. Flamethrower these bad guys. Well, in any event, we're taking A! Yay! I don't know how to use flamethrowers, apparently. Maybe they'd be better on the defensive. I don't know.
Befehle gehen ein! Vorwärts!
All right, let's go push to the rear of the map. I'm hoping we're in behind the enemy firing arcs for their artillery. There's also a trench over here, so it's possible they've got some troops in there. By the looks of it. Although that trench doesn't look like it's connected to anything. All right. It's a lonely bunker,
Bereit! Wir brechen
just
auf!
sitting all alone. I don't know. What are some good songs about being lonely? Is that bunker really just sitting detached from everything else? That's weird. I've never seen that before. Unless there's a trench over here that we can't see, but usually the trenches are fully visible, so. Oh god, they're coming!
Warten auf Befehle.
They're coming from behind.
Bereit machen. Feuer! Befehle gehen. Los geht's. Unser Ziel steht fest.
Haha. Oh God, my reinforcements are being obliterated. They're moving through through artillery fire.
Einnehmen! Achtung! Alle zurückziehen! Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party.
All right, the enemy's gonna attack.
Bereit für Befehle. Feuer frei.
I'm not sure if they can actually hit my tanks where they are with their arty, but they're gonna attack with mobile Maxim guns on their flank.
Melde mich zum Dienst.
The line of sight being bad because of the blizzard is really, I think, playing havoc.
Vorwärts!
Kind of on both sides.
Befehle gehen zu dieser Position vor.
Bereit für
Can they not go in the trench? Like, go in there.
Bereit für
That's gotta be a
Befehle.
glitch.
Neue Befehle gehen ein.
Oh, they just got wiped out. Pause.
Bereit. Wählt eure Ziele. Warte auf Befehle. Los geht's.
Air bursts.
Setzt sie unter Dampf. Vorwärts. Feuer.
They're gonna keep counterattacking A. My tanks are gonna. I should just leave one here to
Rückt zu dieser
hit him with
Position vor.
machine
Unser Ziel
guns.
steht fest.
Let's move our other tanks forward.
Befehle gehen ein. Wir brechen auf.
Where are you shooting at?
Bereit für Befehle.
Well, what are you shooting at over here?
Bereit. Setzt sie unter Dampf. Warte auf Befehle. Bereit machen.
You're just shooting at nothing?
Vorwärts. Verstärkung macht Meldung. Befehle gehen ein.
Okay, let's keep advancing. Command trench is out this way, so there's gonna be bad guys over here. Probably advancing with no infantry support is not the wisest move, but
Bereit. Los geht's. Warte auf Befehle. Setzt sie unter Dampf. Vorwärts. Bereit machen.
where's their artillery? It's gotta all be over by B then, right?
Wir brechen auf. Feuer frei. Befehle gehen ein. Los geht's.
All right, we knocked out that MG nest with a single shot.
Bereit.
Turn.
Warte auf Befehle. Rückt zu dieser Position vor. Feuer aus allen Rohren.
All right, tanks still feel a little OP, but all right, let's bring these boys
Wir
up.
haben neue Befehle. Feuer! Auf der
Go take those trench lines.
Wir haben neue Befehle. In
There's at least one battery of enemy artillery.
Warten auf Befehle.
Seid bereit, Jungs. Koordinaten für Feuerwalze prüfen. Feuerbefehle. Feuerwalze einleiten. Ladefehler. Sperrfeuerwalze. Anfeuern.
Bereit machen. Wir brechen auf.
Let's get that tank out of there.
Befehle gehen ein. Los geht's.
The other tanks are going to come forward in support of this infantry assault on the headquarters.
Bereit. Vorwärts. Rückt zu dieser Position vor.
Okay.
Positionen vorbereitet.
More suppression.
Mannschaften bereit.
Always more suppression.
Seid bereit, Jungs. Für Feuerwalze geht ein. Feuert auf diese Stellung.
Bereit machen. Bereit an der Linie.
Oh, there's a lot of enemy troops there.
Warte auf Befehle. Schwenkt die weiße Fahne. Feuer. Wir brechen Los geht's. Die Waffen Unser Ziel steht fest. Bereit machen.
Bring the tanks forwards.
Vorwärts.
All right, we destroyed one of their field artillery units. They're going to overrun that infantry unit there. Where's the rest of the troops? Did they all die?
Wir haben neue Befehle. An die Linie. Verstärkung bereit. Wir sind eingetroffen und warten auf Befehle.
Wir können hier nicht gewinnen. Feuerwalze, einladen Sie Feuerwalze, klar nach
Befehle gehen ein. Feuer frei.
Why do I have to keep telling you to shoot at these guys? Just keep killing them. The bastards. They deserve to die.
Rückt zu dieser Position vor.
Forwards.
Warte auf Befehle. Wir brechen auf.
Stop.
Los geht's. Setzt
The enemy
sie
used their
unter
artillery on targets that are not you.
Vorwärts. Wählt eure Ziele. Rückt zu dieser Position vor. Befehle gehen ein. Feuer. Bereit für Befehle. Unser Ziel
Get those
steht fest.
flamethrowers.
Bereit. Wir brechen auf.
I guess I was wrong about being outside their firing arc.
Bereit machen.
The tanks do not have good visibility into what's in the trench, though, so that's something to consider because
Sie unter Dach. Aus allen Rohren. Wir haben neue Befehle. Feuerstellung einnehmen.
all right. So tanks, I don't know. We're advancing without infantry support and doing okay. Another enemy artillery battery up here. Let's go destroy this thing.
Warte auf Befehle. Bereit machen. Rückt zu dieser Position vor. Befehle gehen ein. Wir brechen auf.
You're gonna die. You're advancing through enemy artillery fire. That's not good.
Feuer. Bereit. Unser Ziel steht fest. Warte auf Befehle.
Tank, get out of there.
Setzt sie unter Dach.
That's my recommendation to you.
Achtung. Wir haben neue Befehle. Befehle gehen ein. Feuer frei. Bereit.
More enemy artillery batteries.
Aus allen
A whole bunch of them.
Bereit. Wählt eure Ziele. Warte auf Befehle. Feuer.
Enemy flame troops that our infantry, I think, is gonna beat.
Diese Stellung gehört uns. Bereit machen. Unser Ziel steht fest. Befehle gehen ein. Feuer.
All right, we're taking the objective. The enemy's counterattacking with some infantry, trying to get into the command trench. We hit them pretty hard with our tanks before they got there,
Vorwärts.
and so I think our men will hold out. Maybe not.
Wir haben neue Befehle.
They are going to die.
Zu dieser Position vor.
Well, maybe not. It's hard to tell. It's such an even fight. I think we lost. Yeah, they're going to reverse that capture.
Warte auf Befehle. Brechen auf. Bereit.
Now, we destroyed, what, 3 enemy artillery batteries at this position, so I don't know how much the enemy has left in terms of artillery. They are trying to counterattack. They had the point.
Befehle gehen ein. Setzt sie unter Dach. Warten auf Befehle. Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen.
Wait, I'm confused. Did we actually win that battle, or did I... What happened there? I could have sworn we were going to lose.
Befehle.
In any event, reinforcements forwards. Who needs infantry when you got tanks, right? Just one more point. Just B.
Vorwärts. Warte auf
Oh my
Befehle.
god, that's a lot of troops.
Bereit machen. Befehle gehen zu dieser Position.
Just 2 companies, never mind. One of them are flame... Oh, never mind, more than that.
Bereit für Befehle.
Enemy counterattack is going to fail because they're running into however many machine guns this is.
Bereit. Los geht's.
Command post is going to be ours.
Warte auf Befehle. Setzt sie unter Dach. Feuer aus allen Rohren.
The Grenadiers are the ones that scare me the most as a tanker because they seem to be the most destructive. If they get in range, their grenades can do a lot of damage. But as it is, that does not seem to be a primary worry right now when you got your tanks all formed up. The funny thing is, like, the land ship thing really works because from a terminology perspective, because their firepower is so based off of if they're facing, like if their flank is facing you, that's where their firepower really is, at least for these tanks. They wish to surrender. Yes, I'll accept that. Victory! They do mow down infantry with great efficiency. All right, so I don't think I lost 9,000 men. We did lose more than I thought, but... All right, so... we lost about 2,600. I guess that was less than I thought. No, we lost more than that. 26, 27, 2,700. Then we lost over 5,000. The battles are becoming less deadly as we throw in more advanced tech, but that may just be because there's less infantry out there. 15 heavy enemy artillery pieces, 1,200 gold versus 700. Hey Ben, how you doing? There should be a 50% chance. That's a good point. Maybe the tank, I'm guessing there's a game design thing, right? Like as a game designer, you probably don't want your player to be like, why did half my tanks just mechanically break down? Right? Like there's a balance there where you are saying, do I want this to be realistic and my tanks to be highly unreliable? Or do I want something that the player will feel like they have control over? Right? Because if the tank breaks down and there's nothing the player can do about it, you're just going to make your player angry. In terms of the patch, I don't know yet, Ben. Like it clearly changes some things with the game. But I think the problem is I'm so teched up and so leveled up and I've got so many armored battalions in the north here trying to attack Calais that it may not matter. I want to know how it feels early in the war when you're still low tech, because a lot of the changes I think will impact giving the defender a much better chance and making the early war much more of a slog. And I think that's a good thing in my opinion, but I also don't like, I haven't felt it yet. What could be a good game design thing is like when you move your tanks over forested ground. Right now they just sort of run over trees and nothing happens. The tanks there should be brittle. Like if you run into obstacles, the tanks should increase, like possibly breaking down. I think that would be a good mechanic. Remapping the pause button. Honestly, I didn't even notice that. But I do think one thing that will have a big material impact on the way people play is the removing of supply from air units and tank units. Because from what I understand, the meta was you never buy supply. You always just buy an aviation unit and you will get permanent resupply for that cost because it's regional supply rather than pulling from the global supply. I like that they got rid of the supply for tank and air units because that's going to force folks to spend money on supply to keep offensives going, as opposed to just getting secondary units that perpetually feed your offensive. I think that's a really good decision. I haven't really experienced it yet because I've got so many troops up here in the north, but I do think from a balance perspective, that's a good thing that they did. Anyway, so our first attack at Calais was successful and we reduced the hex from 4 to 3 stars. I think we're going to go in again, this time out of Hazebrook. I don't have as much supply here. I don't have as many tanks. So this one may not go quite as well, but we'll see. We'll launch out of Hazebrook. We're still fighting in a blizzard, so we'll probably not do balloons this time. They seemed like a waste of money last time. Yeah, Cynic, that's an interesting idea. Like, give tanks the chance to break down, or then they're immobile for a certain period of time until a cooldown. Like, that could be a thing. But I think one of the things that game designers are always struggling is, like, you can go for maximum realism, but again, if you do things where a player feels like something bad happened and it was outside of their control, I think that can be a very frustrating experience for a player. Or we're fighting on... We have really upgraded trenches. What is going on? We did fight. We did attack Calais from Hazebrook multiple times when we first got the hex. So this is going to be, I mean, this is just like a straight line defense, like just straight across. That'll be interesting. And the whole town in the center here got destroyed. All right. Also, I do like the trench upgrades getting cheaper. I think that will really encourage folks to play around with defensive stuff more. Give me the maximum trenches, the Hindenburg line. All right, I don't need to do anything more there. We only have 3 tanks for this attack. What's the most vulnerable? I mean, this is just like pick your poison, right? And the other problem here is because it's a blizzard, there's no visibility, so the balloon is not going to be something I want to spend money on. I think we go for A first. I'm going to try something that maybe not as, it may not be smart, but we're going to do 2 tanks on the left flank. We'll do 1 tank on the right. We are going to try and attack multiple places simultaneously. That usually does not work out. However, we're going to have to break up our artillery for this. You know what might be interesting? It's way too much money. But if we detonate a mine, like, we'll just wipe out this whole front line on the right flank. Or the whole left flank trench line. Oh, yes. Look at all the damage we can do. We can undermine right back here by the headquarters. Oh, yeah. We could possibly destroy the bunker. My biggest fear, Ben, is Petroglyph. They have a really good history in terms of the games they make, but they do not have a good support track record. And I mean that with love, but they don't tend to like keep updating a game for years. Which is sad because I think this game could be something truly special with just a little bit of TLC. Okay. It's just too expensive, guys. I might undermine in another battle if we fight here again. All right, let's do this. Light arty. I upgraded the trenches because I do want to try and... All right, these guys can support attacks on the left. I feel like with the reworked mechanics, there's a good chance if we succeed at the command post and at A, that the enemy will just give up. Oh, that's even better. We should do that. Like, just put these behind this. This coverage is great. So 3 light artilleries. 2 heavies. That's my standard. The heavies cover everything. We already got our tanks positioned. I mean, they did attack me last time, which makes me think maybe we should do a little bit of MG support for these guns. It's probably more supply than I wanted to spend on MGs, but whatever. I did not use those flamethrowers effectively, and they are expensive. So let's not do the flamethrowers again. They might be useful on the defensive, I don't know, but they were not. I don't know what I'm doing with those, so. All right, that's our attack force on the left. We're going to put regular infantry around the rest, around the guns. And then we'll reinforce an attack on the right with our tank there. For the meantime, the tank can just act as a mobile machine gun post. And then we'll have some, I think we'll have enough supply to successfully attack, at least on the left. We'll see what happens here. Again, no balloon, I don't think, because I don't think it's worth it. Like, it's going to be reduced considerably in terms of its line of sight. I don't think we would actually even get to the enemy trench lines with our visibility here. So I guess no balloon, which means we're going to have to scout forward with bodies. And then I don't think I want to spend the money on pre-battle bombardment, so we will not do that either. That seems to be what's happening so far tonight, J Street. But we also need to consider that the enemy so far tonight has retreated or surrendered the moment that you get 2 positions. But what I think we also need to consider is that we are winning the war pretty decisively. So that may play into, like, I don't know if the overall national will plays into their willingness to surrender. It might. All right. So let's deploy. I should have. Where's one of our regular infantry units? Sorry, guys. But the Kaiser needs you to die. We have so much more strength than they do. Again, so that also factors into when they're willing to surrender, is when you've got a considerable strength advantage. I imagine if things were more even, they would not be surrendering after losing 2 locations. But it does make it easier to put individual stars worth of damage into a hex. I actually like that though, because I feel like it was too difficult before, especially with the 20-minute timer, to ever get a star. Like, there was a fair bit of bite and hold attacks. I think it would be more interesting as a game if it said, okay, you can feasibly reduce a star for a unit, but where the real for a hex, but where the real challenge is being able to sustain that offensive over multiple turns. I think that's where the challenge should be. All right, there's barbed wire. Halt. All right, well, we know they've got at least a trench mortar here. And they're all dead. Wow, that was faster than I thought. Okay, well, we may just have to attack without a ton of picking apart the enemy formations, I guess. Presumably their visibility is worse too, right? They can't see me as well. Is that just a 2 trench front? No, it's 3. Okay. I feel like more of their MGs are going to be in the second line. You've learned never to volunteer for THG Recon. Hey, it's a safe gig, believe me. Over the top! Go, go, go! Forwards! Or torpedo boat crews. Yeah, that's... I'll give you that one. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. How do they see me already? Do they have a balloon? I don't see a balloon. How do they see me? There's no way. Oh God. Are we all sitting out in the open? Okay. Well, they're gonna just leave their troops out in the open. Guess I'm okay with that. Wow, those grenadiers are bolting it. They're sprinting up there. They've got multiple lines of barbed wire here. That's different. Okay, those troops died. Valiant deaths, they died. Ours too. We lost at least one of our grenadiers. Some suppression, huh? They're using suppression artillery on my attacking troops. I don't know whether that's smart or not. All right, there is some big MG fire coming from the flank. All right, we took the front trench. Oh, air burst. Sorry, boys. Hey, maybe don't drive all the way up there by yourself.
Setzt sie unter Dampf. Feuer aus allen Rohren. Warte auf Befehle.
Get out of there. All right, so we took. These guys are almost dead. We've got a where are these guys? Like, what are they just sitting here doing? Where are they actually on the map? All right, so we actually overran a good chunk of their position here.
Mannschaft, diese Position mit Sperrfeuer belegen. Seid bereit, Jungs. Feuert auf diese Stelle. Bereit für Sperrbefehle. Feuerwalze einleiten.
Bereit machen. Bereit an der Linie.
Machine gun should help these troops fight. There we go. Yep, those elite troops melted because their morale was low. All right, we are taking the A position. I don't know what the enemy has left manpower-wise, but as we advance, we're going to push these tanks forward. I actually lost quite a few infantry there. They're firing grenades at some enemy machine gun there. As far as I could tell, we can call reinforcements now in from this section of the map. So that's nice. Let's advance this way. This way! Follow me! Alright, let's advance down the trench line. They want to keep using their air bursts in places I don't care about. I'm okay with that. Down the trench! Advance! This is where the lack of a pre-battle bombardment actually plays to our advantage, because we don't have to worry about destroyed trenches. Okay, they're shooting at my tanks, so my infantry can advance. Alright, we're gonna get some melee fighting going here. I don't like how troops pass each other in the trench. It seems like the game needs a better mechanic for handling how troops move through the trenches. Because they should not just like run past each other. In my humble opinion. Alright, why don't you guys get back out to the rear? You're taking a lot of damage on that tank. Remember, I only have 3 total tanks. They haven't attacked anywhere else on the line as far as I can tell. Yeah, you guys are shooting at me a lot. I don't like that. Let's go investigate up this way. Where's their arty? Oh god. They're really shooting at me out this way. Can you get out of their range? Because you're going to die. We've got to be almost at the end of that range, right? Alright, they're just going to keep attacking into this line, aren't they? Right, we're going to need to shift more troops over this way. Alright, bring more troops up. I should probably use the pause button here, right? Alright, so we didn't lose this tank yet, but they're probably gonna die. Launch a rolling barrage into that enemy line.
neue Befehle. Feuerstellung einnehmen. Warten auf
Bring
Befehle.
up reserves.
Bereit machen. Achtung, in Stellung gehen. Wir haben neue Befehle. Bereit an der Linie. Wir haben neue Befehle. Wir ziehen uns zurück. Warten auf Befehle. Alle Mann zurückziehen. Wir kommen wohl zu spät zur Party.
Okay. Yeah, they're spawning up here. But my tank being here is freaking them out, it seems like.
Feuer aus allen Rohren. Setzt sie unter Dampf. Vorwärts. Rückt zu dieser Position vor. Bereit machen. An die Linie.
All right, advance down the trench.
Wählt eure Ziele. Feuerstellung einnehmen.
Ah, they're back in range of those enemy infantry.
Wir brechen auf.
Don't die.
Los geht's. Bereit für Befehle. Wählt eure Ziele.
All right, advance up the trench line, boys.
Wir haben neue Befehle. Warten auf Befehle. Wir müssen diese Stellung bereit machen. Achtung! Wir haben neue Befehle.
They advance up the trench line to them? I think they can. Our tanks kind of have them caught in a crossfire as they're trying to spawn.
Bereit für Feuerwalze, klar machen. Feuert auf diese Stellung. Auf Feuerwalze vorbereiten. Feuerwalze ein.
Spawn artillery kill! Drop it on them, boys! I don't know if they can take damage when they're off the map like that. It doesn't look like they can, actually. Lame. Oh.
Auf Befehle.
There's a lot of fighting going on there.
Bereit machen. Bereit.
Flamethrowers, no! Oh my god, they just melted that infantry.
Geben uns. Melde mich zum Dienst. Achtung, schwenkt die weiße Fahne. An die Linie. Wir haben neue Befehle. Feuerstellung einnehmen. Wir haben neue Befehle. Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen. Bereit. Feuer.
Get out of there, tank. They could throw grenades at you. I don't love that.
Warten auf Befehle.
Oh my god, look at all those tracers coming off that tank.
Bereit machen. In Stellung gehen. Achtung, bereit an der Linie. Wir haben neue Befehle. Linie. Wir haben neue
New troops are arriving on the battlefield.
Befehle. Feuerstellung
Push them up.
einnehmen.
Let's also use some suppression on those flamethrowers next time we approach them.
Bereit machen.
Really messing with their spawning up here, though.
Positionen vorbereiten für leichte
No flame for you. You either.
Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen. Wir haben neue Befehle.
They're still flaming a bit. Not a ton.
Befehle gehen an. Rückt zu dieser Position vor.
All right, go attack that enemy artillery.
Warten auf
You guys move down this trench line to block that line.
bereit machen.
Our troops are dying.
Bereit für Befehle. Wir brechen auf. Feuer frei. Los geht's. Feuer aus allen Rohren.
Stay away from those grenadiers.
Setzt sie unter Dampf.
Nice. Tank is obliterating the enemy artillery pieces.
Vorwärts.
We only have 14 minutes left, but we are, I think, going to force the enemy into sort of a surrender situation where they decide, oh, you've done too much damage. I want no more.
Neue Befehle. Auf der Feuerstufe bereit machen.
All right, these guys are going to block the trench going right to left from enemy troops approaching from objective B.
Warte auf Befehle. Rückt zu dieser Position vor. Bereit machen.
Destroying the enemy artillery should also reduce their sort of, I don't know if confidence is the right word, but
Warten auf
willingness to fight.
Gehen.
Troops will go up and grenade those guns.
Befehle gehen ein.
I don't think the enemy can spawn. Well, they can still spawn back here until we take the HQ. So I guess we'll just wait. Grenades! Take out those artillerymen! Right, you guys get there. Put another blocking force in there. Man, those troops are really defending the headquarters pretty effectively against my elite infantry, which doesn't seem to be putting a dent in them. There we go. Taking the headquarters. The enemy does not have much supply left. So now we can, I think, once we take there, we can reinforce from the headquarters position. But the enemy's going to try and retake it. And they're going to instantly get a morale hit when they advance. It seems like troops in trenches don't get as big of a morale hit. But once they're not in trenches, then they do from the tanks. And so as they approach through the comms trenches, or as they're moving toward the actual position here, their morale drops precipitously. You guys advance there. Yes. Okay, I'll take your surrender. Victory! They just don't have... They do not have... I do like that the AI surrenders, because it makes it more... I think what I would do as a player, so it seems more realistic. They didn't have enough supply to keep fighting. I don't think they surrendered because of casualties. They didn't have enough supply to keep fighting. And so they lost about 4,600 men, 4,700 men, 66 flamethrowers, 57 raiders. We didn't lose that badly. We lost 8,500 men, 8,600. No tanks either, so... Another victory for us as we close in on the hopefully inevitable victory for the Central Powers in the campaign to take Calais. We got one more battle no, two more. We've reduced it by 2. So we've got 2 more to go. With that being said, we've been going for almost an hour there, so we've successfully reduced Calais by half. We will see if we can complete the reduction in the following episodes. Until then, however, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out. Bye-bye.